Hey everyone, today we're going to take a quick look at the Spyderco JaniSong from Michael Janich, hence its name. And as implied in the name, it is modeled to be kind of like a Balisong, but it isn't, but it is, but it isn't. I'll just let it speak for itself. So you do have a safety on either side, so this is technically ambidextrous. And then, as you can see here, this inside handle kind of comes out from inside. So as that comes out, the blade comes out, and then you could pivot and catch it, or you could. It's a little bit weird. I'm still pretty new to this one, but you can theoretically, yeah, I'm getting it. Use it just like you would a standard Bali, which I'm not going to claim to be an expert. I went through a pretty good Bali phase about 10 years ago, and that is about the last time that I really flipped. As you can see, it does use the same motions and the same core principle of a Balisong, but with only having one handle, it is kind of seen as being technically safer, I guess, than a standard Bali, because there is only one handle, and it is the safe handle, so there's less room for error in accidentally grabbing the wrong handle and cutting yourself. But outside of that, I gotta say, it's kind of given me like that uncanny valley feeling, if you know what I'm talking about, where it's like something looks very close to something you're familiar with, but it's different just enough to make you kind of weirded out by it. I think this is cool, and if you're into unique and like opening mechanisms or just unique knives in general, I think this definitely clicks and like checks that box. But it is so different. And like, to show you what I mean, again, I'm not an expert Bali flipper or anything, but I can do your basic rollover, and it doesn't feel exactly the same. It kind of feels like how whenever you were like first learning a Balisong, how you had to over exaggerate all of your motions. It kind of feels like that when operating this one, which isn't bad, it's just different. So I just wanted to kind of start with that here to let you know that it isn't just like a Balisong, but it is pretty similar. It has more in common than it doesn't. I'll put it that way. So now that we've got like a feel of what we're dealing with, let's talk about some of the specs on this one. So up there on the blade, you can see a nice full height flat grind with a satin finish, and this one is in CPM S30V, an excellent blend of properties that lend itself great to an everyday carry steel. Then moving down to the handle, you can see it's kind of like a coffin shape, and it is black G10 with a pretty rough texture on there on both sides of those scales. I flip it onto the side, you can see it does have stainless steel liners, and then again, this handle, the inner handle is also stainless steel. So it's not super light, but this actually can be locked in the open position as well, again from either side. And you do have this deep carry pocket clip that actually can be 4 position, which is kind of cool. It just would cover your pivot there, but that's not too big of a deal. And then, of course, since it's a Bali, you're going to have open construction on the sides, and then on the bottom there, you can just see some stainless steel barrel spacers. And then, of course, Torx stainless steel hardware everywhere else. So there's a lot of steel going on this one. So I wanted to bring in a scale to show you. Yeah, it's pretty chunky, about 5.4 ounces. Like with the Thai Bali here from Benchmade, it's still like a full ounce lighter, even though it's full Thai. So yeah, the steel, it definitely adds up here. But I wanted to also bring in a ruler to show you the overall as well as the blade length here. You can see that on the blade, it's right at about 3.5 inches, but only 3.25 of that is going to be your cutting edge. And with nearly a 5-inch handle, that's going to put your overall length at about 8.25. So this is a very, very unique knife. Whenever I first put it in hand, I genuinely couldn't open it correctly. It felt very weird. I felt like a fish out of water. But again, once I learned to, okay, I can trust this, and I kind of started exaggerating those motions, I started to get the feel for it again. And I'm sure with some practice, I could definitely get better on it. Already just messing with it for a couple minutes, I went from not being able to open it to at least being able to deploy it relatively quickly. And again, while it does kind of weird me out, I also do really like it, because I do like anything that is very unique and different. Because as I'm sure you know, in the knife community, there's only so many different ways to make a knife, and sometimes designs can get a little repetitive. But this one is certainly not that. So if you're a fan of Bally's or just want a very unique knife, you really don't have to look any further than the JaniSong. I do recommend getting your hands on a JaniSong and seeing if it's for you. And as always, if you want to pick up one of these for yourself or just read even more specs, the links in the description box will take you on over to GPKNIVES.com. But before you head over there, don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know your thoughts on the JaniSong. Thank you so much for watching, and stay sharp.